Hi, this is Nikki Devon, and I'm here for a second time today, but this time with Carl McQuarrie, owner of Estate Services Austin, for a special bonus episode sponsored by Tecovas called Walk a Mile in Their Boots. It's Wednesday, February 19th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I am here today with Carl McQuarrie, owner and co-founder of Estate Services of Austin. So you have been in the estate sales business for 30 years.
31, technically.
31 years in Austin. And first of all, I have to say off top, I am an avid estate seller.
Good.
Love estate sales. Half of the things that I own in my closet are from estate sales, especially jewelry. So I'm excited about this interview. So what is the best deal you've ever made?
One thing I did buy recently, which is ridiculous, was a phone booth.
An entire phone booth?
An entire phone booth. It's here in the house. I can show it to you if you want to see it.
I love that. That is literally the exact answer I was looking for.
There it is. Let me get over to the phone booth. Switching you around right now, and there it is. The phone booth.
Oh my God. Okay, and so for everybody, it is not the crappy glass and metal phone booth. It's a beautiful wood phone booth.
Out of the phone booth. It came out of a bar.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's crazy. It came out of a bar about 30 miles from here in Lockhart.
Oh, nice.
It was a terrible mess. He restored it perfectly, so then I got it. Yay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So what is the most unusual thing you've ever sold at an estate sale?
Human skull.
What?
Yeah. One estate had two skulls.
What?
We did the research, what they should bring, blah, 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 price them up. And out they went. It was okay to do it because they met the rules. We went through all the 7,000 rules, what you can sell, what you can't sell. I was terrified we couldn't sell it, but we could. The skull was perfectly able to be sold.
I am fascinated as to how someone managed to have not just one, but three human skulls.
They had two human skulls. The third one came from a different place, but they had two human skulls.
You don't have to know where they got those skulls, right? You don't have to know.
You have to kind of know where they came from.
Okay. That's why I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to not keep one for myself. That's amazing.
The skulls were kind of, whoa.
Yeah, it's wild. Have you ever worked on estate sales for any notable Austinites?
Yes, I have. John Ailey, of course. John Ailey from the Ailey show on radio.
Oh, John Ailey.
It was an amazing sale.
I can't even imagine. So, okay, how do customers typically come into contact with you?
There's several ways. The best way is on our Instagram, which has been discovered kind of crazy. Instagram, I was always on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And then I did some sale or something, and the thing grew. And I did another big sale, it grew. And then I did another one, it grew. So now we're at 10,500 followers.
Wow.
10,600 followers that are on my Instagram. It's crazy. So that's in Austin. That's pretty much all you need. If you have the right people. But we also use the estatesales.net online.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah. It's easy to use. It's wonderful.
Tell us about Coffee and Carl. Coffee with Carl. Coffee
Talk and Carl. Okay, Coffee Talk with Carl is just, I sit down with another knothead, me and a knothead, sit on the stool, on the table, and somewhere, and we do a talk. What's relevant in your life? What are you doing? What's going on? How are you feeling? That kind of thing. And they talk for usually 20, 30, 40 minutes, something like that. And it's pretty amazing. People really like it. Usually it's on Tuesday afternoon. It's not really very formulated. It needs to be more formulated, but it's not very formulated right now. The people I have shared with have been brilliant. Like they collect, they buy, they do everything related to estate sales. It's just not me. It's like someone else. Some of them are very close friends. Some of them are just people I've met and know, which is great. It's always fascinating.
And you do this on Insta?
On Instagram,
I love it. Okay, so you said that estate sales are never based on a happy story. So what keeps you motivated?
The Austin Chronicle, when they did the story on me, the big Austin Chronicle did a story on me about a year ago, and called me the funeral director of stuff, which I'd never thought about, but it's true.
Yeah.
Doing what I do, you come into contact with everyone and everyone's stuff. Some are dead. A lot of people are dead. Some are just moving across country. Some are moving to the nursing home. Some are moving. Some are quite dead. Some have killed themselves. So you never know who you're going to face. A dead client is a lot less trouble, I'll tell you that.
Either way, it's a lot of transition. And so living, yeah, and I'm guessing a lot of times the living clients are not particularly ready for that transition.
No, even if they are,
Yeah.
here's a situation: the daughter and the son.
Oh,
Oh, daughter
heavy.
inherited something the son wants. The son has something the daughter wants. It's terrible. And so, being a person, a knothead off the street, me going into the situation, who do you suppose is the one that gets attacked? The brother? No. It's usually the person who walks onto the site. They're going through a lot of horrible, horrible feelings. People who've had someone die, it's terrible. And so you go in and you expect everything to be nice. It's not.
Oh, it never is. It never is.
Well, it's sometimes they're lovely, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just trying to get out of town. Sometimes everyone has a reason for whatever.
yeah, grief is hard.
Grief is terrible, even if you hated them.
Yeah, it's really complicated, right? You're put in this position to where you are there's loss, but then there's also work to be done.
Work to be
So,
done.
yeah, while you're dealing with this loss, you got work to be done, and that's hard. That's hard. What keeps you motivated to put yourself in that place? Because even as someone who is, the funeral director of stuff, there's got to be a level, or I would imagine there has to be a level of boundary so as not to be sucked in. And so 31 years is a long time to sign up for being a part of someone else's grief.
Oh,
So
oh
how do
boy.
you so how do you what keeps you in it?
It's the difference of the situation and how I can help the people. Sometimes I'll take an estate that could be done by a blind monkey, just nothing left, terrible. But the person is so in need, you can't say no. And so that's the thing. We've done crazy estates. People have been like, oh, why are you doing this one? It's terrible. Well, yes. However, did you meet the lady? When they meet the client, meet the family, meet the person in charge, they get the idea of why we do the estate. You don't really get to choose, it chooses you. That's the weird thing about estates. Who they call, who they end up with, is all a matter of fate.
Right. Let's walk a mile in your boots.
Okay,
What's a typical day like for you?
is it a good client or a scary client?
Either one, we can do both.
Okay, let's do a good client. A good
Okay.
client calls you and says, hey, Carl, I'm doing an estate. My grandmother died. My daughter died. Someone died that I know. They have someone dead. Okay. How can I help you? Well, we're emptying the house. Where are you in doing this? Well, we've started to go through things. Okay. Going through the things, you help them, you'll advise them with that, what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Because you're going through a house, there's 50,000 things. In the first drawer, you open the drawer, it's like, wow. And so they got to that point. Well, we've gone through things and we've got things kind of separated. Everything's pulled out of cabinets, everything's pulled out of closets, everything's done. They're like, no, no. So that's what you got to plan on. There's a lot of preparation work that goes into doing estate sales. Getting things out of cabinets, getting things out of drawers, getting things out of hidden behind things. Oh boy. When you stick something in your house and you think, I'm going to hide this and no one's going to find it. Well, eventually you're going to be dead.
Someone finds it.
Someone will find it. The estate liquidator, if he's worth his salt. Oh boy, we have found some things you don't want to find.
Right.
Oh boy, people, I won't say people are animals, but people are animals. We're all
Right.
animals. Everyone's an animal. If you look around your house, ooh, look at the stuff you have in there. Why do you have that in there? Because I need it. I'm going to use it. No, you're not, but sure, okay. You bring things in you think you need, or that you want, or that you know you're not supposed to have. So you're dead now, conk. What do you do with things that you bought that you knew that you weren't supposed to have? What do you do with those? You hide them, put them away. No one's going to find them. Uh-huh. Well, you're dead now, so I'm going to find them. That's the thing. Nothing is so well hidden that someone won't find it. Might not be the estate liquidator, maybe. Might be the person buying the house, going to remodel the house, going to change the house. There's always going to be someone poking around where they shouldn't be poking, as you think. And the things we've found, oh, oh boy, scary. There's the porn, the drugs, the personal things. Ooh.
So I'm curious. This is super heavy. So what do you do to relax?
You take your person who works with you, your people, your helpers, take them out for beer, for drinks, for food, for something. Take them and talk about it. My job is the best job anywhere.
So what do you like most about living in Austin and doing this work in Austin?
Ooh, it's great. I would say about every 10th sale you get is the sale you could write a book about. Of course, most every sale has something you could put in a book. Every sale has a weirdness or an oddity or something you'd, oh, she's so lovely. She served someone for 50 years and here's the records of it. Ugh. There's something you could tell about someone in every sale, good or bad or horrible. But think about it. Everyone has an interesting fact. Everyone has an interesting background. Everyone has an interesting thing that they've done or did or do, and they all leave signs of it around. If you're a teacher, you have a cabinet full of old school work and old school stuff.
Yeah.
Musicians, everything. They leave the records. They leave the
everything.
Everything. Boy.
Every instrument you've ever bought. Everything.
Everything. It's all right there. If you're a bad person, it's there too.
Yeah.
It takes stuff and things to do bad things. And you have it's sometimes you're just like, oh my word, they've left a hole perfectly. Anyone could walk in and do it. It's like an homage to their weirdness, a cabinet of their strangeness, a place where they kept their drugs, their porn, their things.
Their curiosities.
Their curiosities, exactly right. There's always a place for curiosities. Just normal people keep a bag of things, a box of things, something they've kept, something they want someone else to have or look at or whatever. They don't really, but it's for themselves. But they keep it because one day they might show it to someone.
Right. And why does your work matter to Austinites?
That's a good question. Because if we didn't do it, who would? Someone's got to do what we do. Leave it up to the families. The families call us junk lenders who comes and takes it away, throws it away. If it weren't for me and for us and for the people who do this work, ooh, it'd be bad. Well, in Europe, I don't know how they do it. They have what they call tag sales. They have the charity shops who come and take things away. Like in Scotland, for example, you don't really have estate sales. They have charity shops. They call it charity shop, and the charity shop comes and gets things they want. They put in the charity shops, which are like Goodwill or like, not Goodwill, but someone like that. Knights of St. Elizabeth, whatever. Charity shops. There's a charity shop on every corner in Scotland. It's crazy. They're so fun. Ooh, you've never seen the great stuff like in Scotland or those places. London has it, Paris has it. Most of Europe doesn't really do estate sales. Here in this city, in Austin, Texas, which is a very up and coming, very fun city, a lot of great people, a lot of great people. It's the great people that do the great things. We've done a lot of celebrities and a lot of people, like we did Dick Ray's estate, Dick Ray, the architect.
Wow.
Which is fabulous. We've done several famous lawyers, famous lawyers, just as famous as can be. We've done them. We've done musicians. We've done famous singers. We've done everybody like that. Death is not exclusive. Death is for everyone. So whether you're rich, you're going to die. If you're poor, you're going to die. And once you're dead, that's just it. Someone has to deal with your stuff, your things, your belongings, your ephemera, your personal things. Someone has to deal with it. And so were we not here to do it, it'd be rough because what would you do? What would you do with all your stuff? Who knows?
Luckily, you're there to make sure it's taken care of in a respectful and loving way.
That's the thing. The respect and the way it's taken care of is respectful and loving. It's not always that way, but with us it is.
If you had any parting words for someone who is, lost a loved one in Austin and they are preparing to transition someone's things.
Right.
What's your advice or parting words?
Okay. So someone will say your grandmother died, left you the house. You're in charge of the house. First thing you got to do is make peace with that. Thank you, grandmother, for this. Thank you. And then you have to, what the hell am I going to do with all the stuff in the house? People usually freak out. There's no need to freak out. Don't go crazy. Just calm down, relax, and find yourself a liquidator. That's what you have to find, someone who can help you with the stuff in the house. It takes a little doing because people don't even know where to look, where to start. There's not a place in the Yellow Page that says people who get rid of dead people stuff. Find someone like that. And then call them up, talk to them, and they can help you. They guide you through it.
This has been great, Carl. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I cannot express how much I love estate sales and how it's been such a big part of my life for so long.
Yeah, it should be.
And I always feel this like reverence and like I'm always trying to be so respectful. So it's incredibly validating to have this conversation with you. It's like, yeah, man, this is a big deal. You're going through someone's life. So thank you for being on. Thank you for having this conversation with me and just letting us take a walk in a mile in your walking a mile in your boots. This has been great.
You're so welcome. If I can help if I can help anyone, they know how to reach me. You know how to reach me. Just give me a call and we'll work it out.
Carl McQuarrie, thanks for joining us on this special episode of CityCast Austin, sponsored by Tecovas. We'll have a link to their Austin stores in our show notes.